Hello guys and good evening. I am out on a little walk in the city. Pretty refreshing. I try to walk like at least 1 hour a day. It will balance the system. This video will be about something else. It will be about the awakening, because that is a lot of what I'm gonna talk about. What it is and why it's happening, and it's gonna increase even more. My awakening process has started 7 years ago, and now this day I would say that I am pretty awake. What that even means. It is something that cannot be explained so easy for those persons who has go through it. But let's say it's a mind life bending experience. It is just like from night to day. It's like nearly everything that I thought was true was false. It was like the good things was bad and the bad thing is good. And all my senses in my body, like the 7 senses, I am more sensitive. I have also always been like hypersensitive, real high energy, but this is something else. And it is something that had pulled me down to see like what is important in life and what is not important. Because when this period started for me, I worked a lot. I had 3 jobs at the same time, and it was tough jobs, hard jobs, a lot of heavy lifting. It was stressful, and at the same time I was out like I always did, out in the pubs on the evenings, like on the evenings, no, not the evenings, the weekends I mean, and partying. And I have always had like 9 to 10 times, 9 of 10 times I was like hell of a drunk. I was it was always full throttle when I was partying. And after in the end of that career, it was a lot of fights. And I am not that person in my core, in my heart. And at that time, 3 jobs, I started to fight at the clubs. I didn't care. I had lost like my love to life. I was bored. And me and my friend, one night, we told each other that we cannot continue this way. We need to change, because life must have more than this shit. And that night we fixed something that I had tried before in my earlier days, but not so much. So we fixed some cannabis, and that plant for nature, what is the biggest medical core for like nearly everything, it put me down. I could calm myself, and in a natural way. I had my training and exercises, but it wasn't enough in that time and space I was living in. I needed something more. And Mother Earth then, cannabis, taught me. It opens up a lot of my senses. Now I know to calm myself in a sober mood, because it has been a road to liberation, and that plant helped me. And there are so many millions of stories out there that this plant has helped people, and that plant helped me to wake up, to calm down, so I can start to read, because I have always in my life have a hard time to reading, because my mind has been like brrrr. But when I met her, I could start to read, and I then started to discover a whole new life. A paradigm shift was going to happen to me. And a paradigm shift is something that shifts you. Your whole world is turning around. And a lot of shit inside you that has been stuck for like your whole life is starting to rip off and comes up. And then my inner journey, as I call it, and the world is calling it, was about to happen. Yeah, my inward journey did happen, and I was discovering meditation. From that on to this time now, I have been like meditating maybe like 4,000 hours. And in meditation, you start to see who you are. You start to see, you can see whatever you want. Meditation and going inward is like the biggest deal now for like the whole planet. When you have nowhere to run, the inward journey starts. And I was starting to learn about all spirituality, spiritual stuffs. I was starting to learn about the origins, like where we come from, what we are. I was starting to learn about like everything that I didn't have. What can I say? Like, I needed tools for my life. But the first year, it was like all about to read about the fucking government, the system, the matrix, whatever you want to call it, the Babylon, how it works with the banks. All fucking lies. Conspiracy theories. So the first year I did go so deep, and after 1 year it came like a huge depression, because I was so depressed because I did go so deep in it all. So I was a little bit fucked up in my head, because the world is pretty dark in some ways. It is pretty light too. Duality, polarity, yin yang, but no, not so much yin yang in this one. This is just pure fucking madness. Yeah, so after 1 year I decided for myself, like, from now on, no news whatsoever. I mean, no news. Because the news, the elite owns like 6 news corporations, like the biggest in the world. And they are there to fool us, to scare people about their fucking shit. And they are greedy, they just want money, they want to fucking take over the planet. They want to pollute the air, they want to take fucking away the oxygen in on this planet. In the sake of money, for their own fucking greedy energy. But never mind, okay, let's go on. The first year, then I told myself after 1 year, no more news. From now on, I am only gonna focus on light. And then my hyper energy like kicked into the light mood, and that was the time, I think, when meditation came into my life. And when I started to meditate, it was then my whole life was starting to turn around, because I then knew that I started to figure it out. Like, if I change my inside, the outside will align, and it will happen in the way that I tell myself from the inside, or that I visualize, or create feelings. I will take that in another video. But about this awakening, for many people, they don't know what it is. Many people know what it is. Many people are going through this awakening now. And it is not something mostly common, something nice. It is something that this body never have gone through. So it is a lot of fear, and because the whole reality shifts. I mean, I see things like how I look at a tree or something. I see it in another vision. I see it more clearly. I cannot explain it, but it is beautiful. It is the path of awareness that Gautama, the Buddha, walked. And in this process, and there are many people that singing about it, like Bob Marley. Bob Marley. I just need to say Bob Marley because he knew. His album Uprising, where he holds his arm up, he's rising up from the bottom. So, and that is, but in that time, it was not so many people who was going through it. But in this time, it needs to happen, because like how it is now on the planet, it has never happened before, as we know it. And the time is going faster and faster. And if people don't start to wake up to the truth of what this is, we can easily destroy the planet. And if we destroy the planet even more, we destroy ourselves. So that is why this is happening. And when we are asleep, we suffer. We don't feel that love that we are supposed to feel. We can be in a state of acceptance, and that is like a state, okay, it's fine here, but I can feel better. But fuck fine! We should feel euphoric, we should feel energized, we should feel passion to life. And that is how an awakened state feels about. Like, you know that everything is possible, and because life is like a limitless journey, and there are so much that we don't even know, and it can be pretty alone. But I know I met people sometimes from time to time that is going through this, and the thing I need to say to you, that you're not alone. And my battery can die soon. I told myself that I'm gonna do 3 videos for today, because I haven't done it for 3 days. And yeah, and one of the most important things to say is, even how fucking messy and dark it can seems to be where people are and where you are maybe, under all that it will always be light. It will always be light, because that is what we are. It is just fucking layers that we need to the late. So whatever you're going through, you will make it. Set up dreams and small goals, and know that you're not crazy, that millions and millions and millions and millions of people are starting to going through this, and more it will happen. So this channel is going to be about like a huge amount of many teams. Yeah, I think that was it about that. And take it chill. If you're stressing, you are missing out life, okay? Because stress is not life. Life is calm and smooth, with happy feelings, and we should enjoy every moment, every single bitty we should enjoy. And if you don't enjoy it, we can change it. And yeah, okay, but sometimes we need to go through boring things. But you can bend that. Like if you're going through some boring things, you know that it will be damn nice when you go through that boring thing. And that is a lot about what this awakening is about too. To go through pain, to just go through it with a smile and the strength in your back. Like many times it has felt that I'm gonna die. I am not gonna make it. But every time I make it, and I'm here and talking to the camera, and I will continue. And if you have some questions about this awakening, just put me a comment. You can put me a comment about what you want me to talk about, and I'm maybe gonna talk about it. We need to unite. And people start to unite. So yeah, a little video about the awakening process. Namaste.